Hello friends, I am Shushant Raghavan. Welcome to the technical and quality section for understanding the technical requirement in and quality standards in the clothing industry, making a sustainable garment. I have good practical experience in the apparel manufacturing sector. My skills are CAD pattern making, sample development, technical requirements, and measuring quality performance. Today's session is about the stitch types used in the garment manufacturing industry. For more sessions like this, do like and subscribe to my channel. Now let's begin the presentation. Stitch types in clothing industry. There are two basic types of stitch formation in use in the clothing industry. The lock stitch. To produce a true lock stitch in a sewing machine, two separate sources of thread are required. An upper on needle thread, a lower shuttle on bobbin thread. A basic operation requirement is that the needle thread must be passed completely around the source of the shuttle thread in order to produce the interlocking of the two threads necessary to qualify the stitch for title of lock stitch. The chain stitch. The simplest form of chain stitch is a single thread stitch where the only thread used in the needle thread, the thread is formed into a loop and is interlaced with the other loops of the same thread, formed by a looper in the machine. The two thread chain stitch is formed in a similar manner, but the looper has an eye through which a second thread passes, and this thread is interwoven through successive loops of the needle thread, forming a chain. British Standards 3870 classification and terminology of stitch types divides the two main stitch types into 8 main categories. Class 100 chain stitch, Class 200 hand stitch, Class 300 lock stitch, Class 400 multi-thread chain stitch, Class 500 overedge stitch type of chain stitch, Class 600 flat seam stitch, Class 700 single thread lock stitch, Class 800 combination stitch. Class 100 chain stitch. They are formed by one or more threads introduced from one side of the material only. The single thread chain stitch is formed with one needle thread which passes through the loop formed by the preceding stitch. It is easily unravelled and consequently is little used in seams except for basting. Figure type 101 single thread chain stitch. Some of the most notable acceptations used in garment manufacture are the blind stitch for felling skirt and trouser bottoms, in which fine threads are used. Basting machines used for retaining linings and paddings in gents and ladies outerwear, and certain button sewing machines in which the final stitches are tightened and locked to prevent easy unrolling. Class 200 hand stitch. They are formed by single thread passed from one side of the material to the other in successive needle operations. Figure type 202 loop stitch by hand. Originating as hand stitches, they are now also formed by machines. Figure type 201 saddle stitch. Class 300 lock stitch. These stitches are formed by a needle thread or threads introduced from one side of the material, interlacing with an underthread supplied from a bobbin on the other side. Figure type 301 lock stitch. The simplest type 301 has similar appearance on both sides with low bulk when correctly balanced, and tight strong seams can be produced with good strength and abrasion resistance. Its disadvantage is the limited length of sewing possible before having to replace the bobbin. Figure type 304 zigzag lock stitch. Figure type 308 zigzag lock stitch. For garments such as foundation requiring high seam extensibility, stitch type 304 or 308 can be used, wherein successive stitches form 1, 2 or 3 step zigzag pattern. Advantages of lock stitch 301. This type of seam will not normally unlock and unravel. Thread consumption is not so great as the chain stitch. Seams are less bulky on the underside, therefore less prone to abrasion and less likely to cause skin irritation in undergarments. Purchase price of machinery generally lower than chain stitch types. Disadvantages of lock stitch. On stretch seams, the danger of stitch crack is ever present. Stoppages are frequent for shuttle bobbin changes. Friction of the thread during sewing is fairly severe, and as a result machine speeds are more restricted than with chain stitch types. Generally, the lock stitch is not as versatile or adaptable as the chain stitch. Example, it is not possible to produce a lock stitch overlock machine owing to design problems concerning the space required to accommodate sewing hook mechanism. Class 400 multi-thread chain stitch. These differ from class 100 stitch types in that a separate under or looper thread is used, and this generally lies on the undersurface of the material, the needle threads being drawn through to balance the stitch. Several needle threads may be used in conjunction with one looper thread. Figure type 401 double thread. The two-thread chain stitch is produced in much the same fashion as the single thread chain stitch, but is more secure and not so readily unraveled. It is sometimes called the double locked chain stitch. It can be unraveled if the correct thread ends are selected. Class 400 stitches may also be sewn in a zigzag pattern to increase seam stitch, as in type 404 and 407. Figure type 404 zigzag chain stitch, figure type 407 chain stitches. Advantages of the two-thread chain stitch 401. It is stronger and similar to lock stitch. It can be formed at lower tension than a lock stitch, is more extensible, and is ideal for stress seams like seat seams in trousers. Downtime for bobbin shuttle changes is eliminated and long continuous runs are possible. Thread breakage generally is reduced since friction on the thread during sewing is much less than on lock stitch. Higher machine speeds are possible. Chain stitch mechanisms are more adaptable and a greater variety of stitch forms are possible. Disadvantages of the two-thread chain stitch. Thread consumption is higher than a lock stitch, 4.5 per stitch to 1 as opposed to 2.5 per stitch to 1. The stitch can unravel in certain circumstances. There is an increased bulk on the underside of the seam which can be prone to abrasion unless a fine or textured thread is used in the looper. Chain stitch machines are more prone to misstitching and more temperamental to adjust. Seam green is more difficult to eliminate. Class 500 overedge stitch. As the name indicates, this stitch involves one or more threads being passed around the edge of the material being sewn to neaten it and prevent fraying. The machine is equipped with trimming knives to trim the fabric before seaming. The act of overhead seaming has been described variously as overlocking, serging, safety stitching, overseaming, welting, etc. Figure type 514 4-thread overlock stitch. An overhead stitch is basically a chain stitch formation incorporating 2 or 3 threads to provide cover for the sew edge of single ply fabrics serging. A 3-thread machine is often used for joining up fabrics with high extension properties such as knitwear stitch types 502, 503 and 504. Figure type 503 2-thread overlock. Figure type 504 3-thread overlock. Class 500 overhead stitch. They are generally used to neaten the cut edge of a single ply of fabric or to seam and neaten the edge of 2 plies in one operation, particularly in knitwear, since this stitch configuration has excellent stretch and recovery properties when sewn with suitable threads. The needle thread determines the strength while the looper thread are chosen for best appearance and softness. These stitches are not suitable for fabrics subject to fraying or slippage. Also in this class, there are a number of stitch types which incorporate 3 or 4 threads, 2 of which are needle threads. The second needle thread, being further from the cut edge, imparts greater security to the seam compared to the single needle version, because looper thread runs between the 2 needle threads under the fabric. These seams also have good extensibility. In simulated or mock safety stitching, example 507 or 512, there are 4 threads, 2 needle and 2 looper, with one of the looper thread integrated with the 2 needle threads. Class 600 flat seam stitch. This stitch formation are formed with 2 or more needle threads and 1 or sometimes more looper threads. Cross covering threads are also sometimes incorporated on either the top or underside of the seam or both. These stitch types are most frequently used to attach 2 pieces of material and cover the raw edge simultaneously, as in the application of elastics and trimmings for underwear. They are also used as covering seams in knitwear. Stitch type 601 seam cover is formed with 2 needle threads and 1 looper. Stitch type 606 flat lock is formed with 4 needle threads, 4 looper threads and 1 cover thread. Stitch type 607 flat seam is formed with 4 needle threads and 1 looper thread and 1 cover thread. All the stitches are highly elastic and produce flat, comfortable, good wearing seams joining pieces of material which butt together but do not overlap. For this reason, the looper and cover threads must be chosen to give seam strength as well as soft handle. Class 800 combination stitch. The commonest is the combination of 401 and 504. This is called as 5-thread safety stitch. Uses are side seams, shoulder join and sleeve join of shirts and blouses. Figure type 516 5-thread safety stitch. It is not possible to combine a lock stitch with any other stitches because properties such as continuous run, elasticity have restrictions with lock stitches. Thank you for watching. For more sessions like this, do like and subscribe to my channel. Please comment your valuable thoughts and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified when I post a new presentation. Bye, have a good day.